So now the kit is mic'd up. Just kick, snare, hats, and overheads. I have put a few mics in other places, but honestly there's nothing there. You'll see that guy, no cable. Nothing fancy, we're just trying to focus on the notation, not necessarily the sound. We're just gonna keep it simple for now because we want to just learn the action of what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to get this whole process a little bit more streamlined. So let's keep it simple for now. Yes, I am aware, folks, that we're gonna do the whole thing of wanna make it complicated, ghost notes, open hi-hats, rides, toms, a little bit of gospel licks. But let's just start with the, hey, I know how to now notate what I'm doing. Let's start from the beginning. We gotta start somewhere, baby. Woo! Okay, now let's say I'm just gonna do a simple groove. Let's do something at, let's say, 90 BPM. Let's do something at 90 BPM. Yeah. Okay, and I'm just gonna do a simple groove with a few bass drum changes. I'm not gonna make it super consistent because I would like to show you that you can pick it up. If you make a boo-boo, it's not the end of the world. So I'm gonna tell you when I do an off-time thing, but generally I'm going to try and stay on time, and I'll try and make a mistake on purpose. And then we can look at how that gets fixed up. And it won't be super hard off, but it'll be just enough.
So we just got 8 bars here, nice for you, okay? And you can see that it's not like 1,000,000% perfect. You can see, it's more or less on time. Well, actually, no, that's not bad. Do the notation for all of this. Yay! Okay, so you're gonna click on this guy, click on your kick drum. Oh, I've got this group together, by the way. That's why I just selected all of it. Doesn't matter. Control and D, not command, control. Okay, there you go. Now I've got my track pulled up. As you can see, it's enlarged the track, which is beautiful. I'm going to then select at the top here, you're going to select kick. And that'll naturally get you a whole little kick drum thing. Now, what I would suggest is when you go all the way along this line, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to find that sweet threshold. So when I say the relative threshold, check it, you go all the way up to 0 and it picks up literally nothing. Go all the way down, and luckily we've just got most of everything together, so it's quite closely centered, but like with toms, you're going to find a bit more bleed. So with that being said, it should have picked up this snare. So maybe I'll try to show you a different example now, but you can see that, and I was more around the kick. It's just to centrify the ball, whatever. Okay, so we've got all the kick drums. I would suggest you actually go along your track and just double check that everything's there. You might have to then just double click in here. Do not go in here and then open up and be like, all right, let me add a kick here or there. It's gonna lose that information once you click OK. You don't need to set any of this other stuff. You're fine generally. So just click OK. Shablam. Cool. That's your kick track. Now you're gonna go to the snare. Doesn't matter about the sample because you're not going to use the sample for sound purposes. Now I'm going to do the same thing for all of the above. Well, the snare drum quick. You're going to do the same thing. Control plus D. You click snare. Okay, and obviously it just naturally just goes to that. You can see all my snares are there. I would just set the threshold, but I don't need to do that clearly. And oh, I forgot to mention, don't click replacement, click doubling. It usually should come up with doubling, but if it doesn't, just make sure you don't click replacement, otherwise you're going to lose your file. All right, or your audio file. Okay, click. Okay, we've got snare. And now we're going to go down. Skip your overheads if you used any, and then I'm going to go straight to hi-hat. Oh, I didn't change the picture. Sorry for those that really care. Here we go. I don't know. I think just do that again. Cool. Okay, so now we're on closed hi-hat, because I did only closed hi-hats, and you're just going to do Control plus D, not the actual plus, and you're going to click Other, and then you're going to find your threshold. But before we do that, just quickly go, and it'll be, I think it sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. No, different F sharp, I guess. Close hi-hat, there we go, F sharp 2. Okay, cool. Click that. Make sure it's on doubling. Now we're gonna find threshold. So let's find a little bit more. This is a bit more challenging, which is great. Okay, so now we've got the hi-hat there, but you see, let's check, see how it's going. Whatever. Let's just turn it up so we can. Up there, it's not picking up, so let's quickly just open up the threshold, because what we're trying to do is we know we did all the eighth notes, but you can see it didn't pick it up. I was doing accented little eighth notes, so let's just try. Come on. Okay, it didn't pick up anything. Great. That's what we want, people. Yeah, helped so much. You can clearly see here. You can hear the hi-hat. That's a soft hi-hat. Very soft hi-hat. I thought I played it loud enough, but I didn't. Oh, now we've learned something about my playing. Okay, but anyway, so, and then I built the dynamics to play a little bit louder. See, but I was doing that. Look at that. Nice and consistent-ish. Okay, but I started soft, it seems. And you can see I started behind the kick, which is all right. I'm fine with that. I'm going to click OK. Okay, and I'm just going to open up the track and just play another hi-hat. Coolio. Now we've got everything nice and behind, and it's a little bit of a whole beautiful mess. Cool. Now what I do is, I know this is tedious, but once you're actually into a flow of this and you get used to it, you'll actually be fine. Okay, so now what I do is I'm just going to open up software instrument. You're going to obviously take your drum kit designer, okay, and then you're going to click OK. So down, there you go. Okay, it's gonna change no matter what you do. So I'm just gonna take the kick drum. I'm going to just, this is all the way at the beginning, so it's fine. Just drag that backward down, or you could just take the kick. But the thing is that, like, I'd rather not, because you got that as kick 52, and it just, I don't know. This is like a multi-output, so it's fine. Let's click on this kick. Let's do that, and you press Q. That's as simple as it is. We'll get more complicated into, like, okay, just Q again. Now I've selected everything. I'm just going to do the highs quickly. So just do the process. Bam! Q again. Probably going to be some off-time stuff, which we'll see now. And I'll show you how simple it is to sort that out. Okay, so what you do is you see your first note here on the snare, and we're going to put this into this here. So we're going to combine the kick drum, which is now your inst, let's just call it the drum kit. Okay. And you're going to take your snare and you're going to combine it in there. Don't go and just drag and drop. That's just a terrible idea. So what you do is you're going to click, highlight all of that, and Command C, and then you are going to make sure you see this little navigation point. You're going to make sure that is on the 2 of the first note. You click that, and then you click here. Zoom in, you'll see, okay, see that's where you are at, and you click Command B, sorry. And there you go. It says in, check. Okay, there you go, bam. Okay, same with the hi-hats now. Obviously your first note out here, go down, and you're going to do the same with the hi-hat, shablam, shablam. Cool, now you have your little whole kit. But now, how are you going to do this with the score? You're going to check this out. It's going to look like this. That helps no one. You got sharps, you got all these ridiculous things. So what I'm going to do is, and also like that's incorrect. So it's just a whole mess. So what I've done is I've made you a template. All right, cool. So now we've got this little guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly open up. You open your project, your notation thing. It's on desktop, so I just do screw full notation. I've got one that just always texts me that, like, I don't know, I'm a full believer and everything goes wrong. Yeah, you click. So now you're opening 2 projects at once. It's going to be heavy on your machine, but all you're doing is transferring notation, so it's not the end of the world. Click, don't close, okay? Now check that out. Yo, that's your notation. That's how it should look. Look how pretty it is. You're welcome. Sorry, just E. See, it's exactly the same. Watch it change and not be helpful. Yes. So I'm just going to drag that over here. Close that. Okay. Boom. Now we've got our notation, right? Everything should be in place. Now that you've got everything, I've got this all set up now. It'll naturally come across, but these are ghost notes, right? That helps no one. But what I did is that it's SD1 for soft and then SD2 for normal loud. So let me just show you. So you drag everything up. I was just doing all of this in the piano roll, and then you're going to click score. By the way, shortcut for all of this, E on, and then you go, okay, cool. So now we've got the track. You just press play. If you see that you've got like a little bit of bar, so all you have to do is just kill that bar by killing it there. And the same for the back here. You've got like a ton of barring going on here. Cool. Now what I would suggest do is click to the beginning. And this is where we're all excited, people. So you can get your zoom. I would suggest being a little bit closer. The reason being for this, guys, is just because then you've got a little bit more higher resolution. Then you use your friendly thing called QuickTime Player. You know, everybody got one. Yeah. Just a good old little QuickTime Player. Okay, QuickTime Player. Then you click File, and then you're going to go New Screen Recording. Or you can just use good old Control Command N. I use that. It's nice and easy. Bam. Is you're just going to click record, okay? And then it's going to ask you to drag. Okay, so you're going to drag over this. There we go. I would suggest, just for the sake of, so you just go all the way to the ends, okay? And then just go a little bit above. Like, you don't need that, but you can go just about there, and now you've got that green line. And then you click start recording. Okay, give it a second, okay? I promise this is important. So now you've got that, that's to stop it, but now you're gonna click play. Okay, I would suggest being quiet during that section, by the way. Okay, now you've got the thing saved, look at that. Promise this is important. See, so now you've got picking up your vocals, that's why you shouldn't talk. But yeah. Yeah, cool, but now you get the point. Then you click Command S, or you can just click save, and I'm gonna just chuck this on the desktop right now. I'm gonna call this notation exercise. Exercise. There we go. Okay, save. Shaplow. Okay, cool. And then you just close that bad boy. All right, you can click, I don't know, save your notation thing. So let's just save our little notation thing here. So now we're in the Final Cut. So I've opened up Final Cuts, and now I'm in my project here with the notation. Okay, this is the thing I've shot. This is the playing I've done. So you've got the groove. Not the greatest angle, though. But man, I just left some space there for the thing. Anyways, so here's my notation that I've just recorded. Import this bad boy. Yum. Cool. Now we've got it here somewhere. Where you had? There we go. Okay. Cool. So now we just bring that in here. Okay. Cool. So now I've got the notation where it's about to start, where it looks like it's going to start. So I'm going to look for the green line to start moving. There we go. So we got, that's our first hit right here. That's the notation. And that's where our groove is going to start there. So you should just cut to there, drag it on over. But you can see at least some idiosyncrasies. So I think it's more going to line up with that more as a definite hit. Up there. And that forward. Let's see how that looks. Nope. Nope. Okay. Quickly move it over. Okay, looks like it's lined up. Cool. Hold down the thing, or you can do, so you can do Control-Shift-S to get your audio out, and then just delete that, and then you've got your thing. But now we've got this little thing over here, where your notation is just in the way. Click on your notation, this bottom guy at the bottom left, and down we go. There you go. Now you have your notation. I am going to try and expand on this in terms of maybe doing something with more ghost notes, crashes, rides, but you get the point. Once you actually just experiment a little bit with the template I've given you, everything should work and everything will be beautiful. All right, sweet.
That's it.